In every woman's mind, there's a hidden algorithm, an emotional code that decides not just who she likes, but who she can't stop thinking about. Most men chase beauty, but the few who understand this psychological code never have to chase again. Because once you know how to awaken the right parts of her emotional brain, she becomes the one chasing you. In this video, we are not talking about tricks or lines. We're exploring the deep psychological triggers that make a woman emotionally obsessed, drawn to you in ways she can't rationalize or control. You're about to learn 5 profound psychological principles that activate that hidden part of her mind, the part that doesn't just want you, it needs you. And no, it's not your cologne or your bank account. It's something far more powerful and invisible. Everything you're about to hear is grounded in psychology, not fantasy. Attraction, after all, is neurology in motion. Every glance, tone, and microgesture reveals what the rational mind tries to hide. So as we explore each of these 5 signs, remember, these aren't coincidences. They're reflexes of desire, written in the oldest language on earth, human behavior. Sign 1. The emotional mirror. You'll notice something subtle yet powerful. She starts to mirror you. Your tone, your posture, even your pace of speech. When you lean forward, she does too. When you joke, her laughter comes just a heartbeat quicker than everyone else's. Her emotions seem to echo yours, like you're both moving to the same invisible rhythm. It's not an act, it's instinct. Psychologists call this emotional synchrony, the subconscious way two people's nervous systems begin to harmonize when attraction takes root. Her brain releases oxytocin, the bonding chemical, quietly tying her emotional state to yours. It's nature's hidden glue, a signal that her mind is beginning to connect you with comfort, chemistry, and safety. When a woman mirrors you, she's tuning herself to your frequency. You're no longer just a man she's talking to, you're becoming her emotional reference point. Think of it like emotional Wi-Fi. She's trying to connect to your signal. Keep it calm and confident, and she'll stay connected. But what happens when that signal turns unpredictable? That's when curiosity turns into obsession. Sign 2. The desire for emotional safety. At first, it might feel confusing. She starts making small emotional moves, teasing comments, delayed replies, or moments of silence designed to spark a reaction. Maybe she playfully challenges you, or suddenly becomes quiet just to see if you'll pursue her energy. It's not manipulation. It's instinct. Every woman, consciously or not, gauges whether a man can hold his composure when emotions shift. In psychology, this is known as emotional probing. Her subconscious is scanning your responses to uncertainty, a test of your emotional steadiness. Biologically, women seek emotional safety, not dominance or control. When you stay composed in the face of emotional turbulence, you send a powerful signal to her primitive brain. This man can protect, not panic. That calmness triggers what psychologists call the protector response, a deep, biological attraction toward stability and security. That's the exact moment when mere attraction evolves into attachment. When she realizes you're not shaken by her moods, something inside her shifts. You become the emotional ground she stands on, a sense of calm she doesn't want to lose. Remember, she's not testing your patience, she's testing your potential. And once she finally feels safe in your presence, something fascinating happens. Her energy softens, her guard lowers, and she begins to reveal her hidden self. Sign 3. The vulnerability reveal. At some point, she begins to lower her emotional armor. You'll notice it, the sudden shift from playful banter to something more personal. She starts revealing pieces of her inner world, the story about a failed relationship, the dream she's afraid to chase, or a childhood memory she rarely shares. Her tone softens. Her eyes linger a bit longer. These fragments may seem small, but they're emotional invitations, subtle tests to see if you can hold her truth without judgment. Psychologists call this psychological imprinting. When a woman opens up and feels emotionally understood, her nervous system releases dopamine, the pleasure chemical, while linking that release to you. In that moment, you become her source of emotional relief, the person her subconscious begins to crave for validation, comfort, and connection. You're no longer just a man she likes. You're now woven into her emotional reward system. Most men miss this moment entirely. They interrupt, try to fix her pain, or rush the conversation. But the wise man listens, deeply, patiently, with presence. Because when she feels truly seen, a powerful bond forms. Ever wonder why she randomly texts you, "Hey"? It's not random. That's her dopamine doing a check-in, asking, is my emotional anchor still there? But that's not the final stage. Because the next one, that's when she starts orbiting you emotionally, even when you're not around. Sign 4, the psychological imprint. This is when you start to notice something subtle but undeniable. She mentions you in passing conversations, even when the topic isn't about you. A friend tells you she laughs when your name comes up, or maybe you catch her scrolling through your old messages, reacting with emotion to something you said weeks ago. Sometimes, it's not what she says, it's how she feels when you go quiet. Your silence suddenly has weight. Your absence, presence, and attention have become emotional events in her world. Psychologically, this is known as associative conditioning. Her subconscious has imprinted you as an emotional anchor. Just like a certain song can instantly pull someone back to a specific memory, your voice, your scent, or even your online presence now activates her emotional circuitry. You've become tied to her brain's dopamine reward loop, a link between your presence and her emotional highs. This is where attraction quietly shifts into obsession. Her emotions start orbiting around your existence. She doesn't even realize it's happening. She's not stalking your Instagram for fun. That's her emotional system trying to recalibrate the dopamine she now associates with you. But there's still one more layer, the final switch that turns desire into full psychological addiction, and it's the most powerful one yet. Sign 5, the fear of losing you. You'll sense it in small but telling ways. She starts becoming protective of her connection with you. Maybe she asks subtle questions about other women in your life or pays attention to who comments on your posts. Perhaps she gets a little quieter when you mention someone new or suddenly becomes more affectionate when she feels your energy pulling away. It's not just jealousy, it's emotional preservation. Her subconscious is starting to view you as hers. This reaction is rooted in what psychologists call loss aversion. The human brain feels the pain of potential loss twice as strongly as the pleasure of gain. When she senses even the possibility of losing your emotional presence, her nervous system shifts into defense mode. She unconsciously begins to prioritize you above others, her mind signaling, don't lose this source of certainty, connection, and emotional safety. At this point, it's no longer about attraction. It's about preservation. You've become a stabilizing variable in her emotional world, the anchor her mind doesn't want to drift away from. Ironically, the less you chase, the more her brain chases certainty. Your calm unpredictability amplifies her focus, and that's when her desire deepens. But here's the catch, power like this demands responsibility. Because understanding a woman's psychology gives you influence, and how you use it defines the man you truly are. The power of understanding female psychology isn't about manipulation, it's about mastery. When you interpret these signs with empathy and confidence, you become the calm in her storm. Remember, the goal isn't to control her mind, it's to awaken her trust. If this opened your eyes to the hidden side of female psychology, like this video to let YouTube know men still value depth. Comment your favorite insight below. I read every one. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe for more psychological truths about attraction, obsession, and human desire. Because understanding her mind is the first step to mastering yours.